Hi everyone. Well, the beer summit, as it's called, is over. Oh, and if you're wondering what that wine is, the air conditioning is going again. I'm in Georgia, as I've explained in the past, and it gets a little humid, so I gotta stay cool while I do this thing. At any rate, the beer summit is history, and it was the first time in American and world history that a sitting president met with a police officer and the person the police officer arrested. And it's also, to add sauce to the entire steak, is the first time that an African-American president sat down with a white police officer and the black man the white police officer arrested. I think that the teachable moment President Obama was referring to was the visual, that instead of people going to their different corners when they have a disagreement, they come together, respect each other, talk, and find points of common ground. Crowley said in this press conference that they agreed to disagree on one issue. Let's listen to that press conference.
So, sorry,
did anyone apologize?
No.
Dr. Crowley, Jim Schwartz of the Channel 4 of Boston. What was accomplished today sitting around that table with the President and Vice President?
I think what was accomplished was this was a positive step in moving forward as opposed to reliving the events of the past couple of weeks in an effort to move not just the city of Cambridge or two individuals past this event, but the whole country to move beyond this and use this as a basis of maybe some meaningful discussions in the future.
So, sorry, when you're talking about these discussions, is there some sort of plan for you and Professor Gates to be meeting again or meeting on a regular basis or something?
Yes.
What kind of things would you like to discuss with the
I would like not only to discuss, but I'd also like to listen to Professor Gates' perspective, and certainly he has the credentials to enlighten me a little bit, and I think that perhaps the professor, as he expressed to me, has a willingness to listen to what my perspective is as a police officer, and again, as I said in the statement, the difficult job that police officers... Hold on just a second, I just want to finish that. The difficult jobs that police officers do every day, so the professor was quite receptive to that. I'm sorry.
Anything solved, or was anything solved?
As far as, well, we agreed to move forward. No, I think what you had today was two gentlemen agree to disagree on a particular issue. I don't think that we spent too much time dwelling on the past. We spent a lot of time discussing the future.
Can you describe how the body language was and how the tone was set? Because the people who saw the first couple of minutes said it looked like any kind of friends sitting around having a beer.
Well, that wasn't the first we encountered. The professor and I encountered each other while we were both on individual tours of the White House. And the professor approached me and introduced his family. I introduced my family, and then we continued on with the tour, but as a group. Two families moving together, and that was the start. So it was very cordial.
Sergeant, can you share any words that the President shared with you?
It was a private discussion. It was a frank discussion. I'd rather not go into the specifics of what was discussed.
Did the President make any contribution to the discussion?
He provided the beer.
That was pretty much it?
He contributed in a small part, but he really wanted to bring two people together to try to solve not only a local issue in Cambridge, but also what has become a national issue. Hold on just one second.
Jim, I wanted to ask you, the President has talked about this being a teachable moment. Did you learn anything? What did you learn from this?
What have I learned from this? I learned that the media can find you no matter where you live. They did a good job of doing that. I think that's the responsibility of Professor Gates and I in the coming weeks when we have these discussions, to maybe learn from each other. Certainly he brings a lot to the table, and I hope that I do as well. Sir?
Did the President express any additional regret over saying that police had acted stupidly in this case? Did you express any concerns? And did you also say what the Vice President had?
The Vice President was just a great man. It was nice. He was very nice with the children as well. We did share a few stories that were unrelated to the topic at hand. I'm sorry, what was the first question?
Did the President express any additional regret over saying...
Parts of that conversation are private, and we understood that going into it, so I think it would be best to honor that agreement.
Can you just say on a personal level what it was like to have this experience?
I'm not really sure this is really happening. I'm still not, haven't caught up with this. I'm going to need a few days off maybe just to reflect on the events of the past couple of weeks.
Great. We want to thank everyone.
Wait, I have one more question.
Please.
Okay,
yes.
well,
You brought a letter from Sergeant Lashley given to the President of the United States. Did you not?
No.
I did not.
Okay, it was my understanding that there was a letter that was delivered that Sergeant Lashley perhaps feels that Professor Gates may cause irreparable harm, and that he has become known as a traitor and Uncle Tom since this event for standing up for you.
Sergeant Lashley has views on this event just like we all do. Those are Sergeant Lashley's views, and I knew in the days before Sergeant Lashley came out in support of my position that he was going to be putting himself in a position of ridicule. Sergeant Lashley's statement, whatever it is, I haven't heard it, would speak for itself. It wasn't a message I relayed.
Can you talk some about the support that you've gotten from police and
The men and women of the two associations have been tremendous. They have helped provide protection for my family. I've gotten phone calls, emails, letters, things in the mail from the men and women of the police department, and I think this has brought us closer together as a law enforcement family, and I wouldn't want to leave out the incredible work that the Natick Police Department has done in ensuring the safety of my family. As you know, that they have been barraged with the media out in a small area of the town. And those men and women really deserve a lot of thanks because they're protecting what is most important to me, my family.
What's your impression of the president? How has your perspective changed on this?
He's a very interesting man.
A very interesting man in what way?
He's just a regular person sitting around a table having a discussion about an issue, and he just was very cordial. I respect him a great deal.
Was there tension, or could you guys sort of,
There was no tension.
No tension.
No tension.
Could you joke around and have an ordinary conversation, or did it,
We did.
business, or was this business?
It was both. It was business, but discussing it like two gentlemen instead of fighting it out either in the physical sense or in the mental sense in the court of public opinion. So it was very productive.
Did Professor Gates ask you to be part of any documentary he's thinking of working on?
No.
great. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, what Crowley, I think, means is that he was trying to play it by the book, the arrest. And Gates is saying, look, when you're encountering someone of color or whomever, you have to use a more nuanced judgment. You can't always say it's by the book. The complaint about police officers and racial profiling incidents is they always say that they were going by the book. But there are a number of instances. In fact, you should look at Walter Goldstein's great blog in the Huffington Post about how white guys like he are generally treated by police officers, where the police officer goes off book and uses his or her personal empathy and judgment in saying, okay, I'll help you in this way, and this is what you should do, and, are you okay? That's not the case generally with African Americans, and that is what Gates is talking about. And Crowley was trying to say, yeah, but it's not safe for us as officers. I really believe that's what happened. That aside, Gates and Crowley are doing something I think is really exciting. They plan to talk next week, and I think form some kind of probably curriculum or book, I'm just guessing, that will ugly period in our history of racial profiling. It really does have to end. I think that Obama is to be applauded for bringing them together, and I think God really played a role in making this happen. This is a miracle. This is the first time in history we've ever had this happen, and I don't think it should be taken lightly at all, and some do. Big mistake. It's a great point in American history, and you should be proud to be an American citizen and see this happening right now.